the time for talk is finally finished. Because it's time to saddle up Mount Gambier, because here we go.
Fari back upstairs. Oh, McFadden on the back wheels.
Slingshots out at two-wheel to wheel. He's on the outside of J-Mac.
Here comes TVG. Slide job on pit. Inside, also Michael Code in the 51. Inside he goes on Stansfield. So it's all rocking and rolling through turn 4. Nicola leads where Alex...
As they come on turn number 2, Jenny line now, sneaks on the low side until the end of turn 3.
Stephen Lyons is the king. He wins the challenge.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, the JR Productions and Media and Midget Super League round number 6 comes to the dirt track at Charlotte. Good evening, race fans. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday evening as we are in qualifying. At the moment, we'll take a look at the top 20 qualifiers on the left-hand side of your screen. Down the bottom left will be the drivers that we are watching. Darren Lord, 11th quick. Daryl Kirk, 24th quick. Sam Derrico in the 099. We are just getting trading paints up and working right now. Tonight we are across Facebook and YouTube. We have cut the Twitch feeds out of it, so we are just live on Facebook and YouTube. So make sure you hit the like and follow button on the Facebook page. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost a thing. Sam Derrico. As he will get the green flag. Brady Baldwin in the MG Contracting kind of a 7 car. Car 7 for Brady Baldwin. Ben Morrison at the moment with a 16.245. Let's turn the volume up just a little bit. '11th quick for Brady Baldwin with a 16.577. A 16.577. The driver of the number 7 car, 13th quick, Callan Arthur. In the BA Croc, number 32 machine, 7th quick, Jared Steen. On the racetrack as well, car number 91, 11th quick, Jared Steen, a 16.571. The Rush Sim Racing Pace Syndicate, car number 41 of James Robbie, the Guttarat, 16.739. Mark Farmer, car number 2236 quick. Daniel Hardigan in the 447. 38th quick. So 39 cars have taken a lap time. We've one driver that did not take a time, and that happens to be Caden Brown. But that is qualifying done and dusted for the evening. And as always, we will have 4 heat races on the program for tonight's JR Productions and Media and Midget Super League, round number 6 here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Let's go trackside to take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 1. Starting on pole in car number 443, it's going to be Peter Honeybell. On the outside of the front row, the 006 car of Chris Ansell will start position number 2. Position 3 will be car number 3, Jacob Dixon. Thomas Paul on the 305 will start position 4. Position number 5 will be car 7 of Brady Baldwin. Out of position 6, car number 78 of John Schultz. Out of position number 7, car number 33 of Trent Gosley. Ben Morrison, car number 97 will start position number 8. Out of position 9 will be the 62 of Rodney James and Harry Edwards. Car 66 will line up out of position number 10. That's a look there at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 1. And it's the 10 cars, so the fastest qualifiers coming from the outside. Or I should say the fastest qualifiers will come from that 4th row. So Ben Morrison will start position 8. The 5th fastest qualifier will start position 7. The driver's getting the 1 to green signal already. As the pace truck will move to the infield as we are set for green flag action here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Heat number 1, round number 6. We get set to go green off turn number 4. 10 cars, top 5 to the main event. Excuse me, everybody else through to the C and B mains. As the green flag flies, we are underway here in heat race number 1. And it's going to be Honeywell to slide up to the top of the racetrack. Ansell working to the outside. Ansell, he will drag race Honeywell down to the inside, down to 3 and 4, but it's going to be Ansell who goes upside down. Jacob Dixon. We've got Ben Morrison upside down as well. Harry Edwards caught up involved in that debacle. Dixon with a slide job on Honeywell. Honeywell crosses underneath down the back straight away. They crisscross down into turn number 3. And Dixon with a slider on Honeywell. Honeywell works through the middle of the racetrack. And here comes the 7 of Brady Baldwin. 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2 here on lap number 3, heat number 1. Dixon through the middle of the racetrack. Baldwin trying to drive it in deep. And here comes Thomas Paul in the 305 car. In position 4, tries to rail the top side through turn number 1 and 2. He will do so. He gets around Baldwin, so Thomas Paul into 3rd. Here comes Baldwin, and it's looking for a double slide job on Jacob Dixon. Dixon has to drive it up to the top of the racetrack, and Thomas Paul moves into 2nd spot momentarily. Dixon trying to get around the outside of the 305 machine to put Dixon back into that 2nd spot, but here he goes. Dixon down to the low side, into 1 and 2. He makes contact with Honeywell. Honeywell upside down, and Dixon trying to readdress the issue, but well, he will cop an EOL for that one. John Schultz moves into position 4. Trent Gosley in 3rd. And all over the back of Brady Baldwin down into turns 3 and 4. 6 down. 4 to run. Thomas Paul, your race leader, down into turn number 1 and 2. They run the top side here. This big open dirt track at Charlotte. It's wide and expansive. Dixon in 5th. He's got Rodney James up on the inside, and here comes Harry Edwards through the middle. Edwards trying to make a run at what would be a direct transfer into tonight's main event as Dixon got on the brakes as James slid up in front of him. They'll have 2 to go this time by for your race leaders. Thomas Paul, 3/10 of a second over Brady Baldwin. Baldwin, in fact, starting to catch up to your race leader. There's the battle on for the race lead off for turn number 2. Baldwin will look to start on pole. Whoever wins this one will start on pole for tonight's main event. Slider from Baldwin. He has the lead coming to the stripe, and the white flag is out. Final time in heat race number 1. Thomas Paul with a slide job. Baldwin with an already perfect crossover down into turns 3 and 4. Here goes Thomas Paul once again. Baldwin cuts back underneath him. They come to the line. Brady Baldwin gets the job in heat race number 1. Thomas Paul, Trent Gosley will come home 2nd and 3rd. 4th is going to be John Schultz and Rodney James. You go back to Harry. In fact, it's going to be Peter Honeywell, Jacob Dixon, and Harry Edwards, and Chris Ansell and Ben Morrison. The 10 cars there for the opening heat race of the night. Well, well, well. What a highlight. Heat number 1. Putting on a show. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. We move into heat race number 2. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole in the 565 car, it's going to be Cody Lawrence. Starting at a position number 2, caliber 8 of Damien Butler. Lining up inside 2nd row at a position number 3, caliber 41, that's James Robbie. Lining up at a position number 4, caliber 17 of Matt Hill. Lining up at a position number 5, caliber 4 of Brett Jr. Morris, Callum Davidson. in the 003 car will start position number 6. Car number 31 of Ethan Cooper starts position number 7. Car 49 of Zachary Phelan will start position number 8. And your 5th and final row inside the 007 out of position number 9, it's Darryl Kirk with Daniel Hardigan in the 447 to line up at a position at number 10. The drivers coming to the start finish line there. They will get the 1 to green signal from race control. Of course, all starts are on the green flag, and he restarts in the main event tonight. Will be on the leader. Again, there is 10 cars here for heat race number 2, with the top 5 going straight through to the main event. Everybody else, again, will go through the C and B main, a 12-lap C main, a 15-lap B main. Into corners number 3 and into turn number 4. The field paces alongside of each other, and the green flag flies, and we are underway in heat number 2. Robbie into Cody Lawrence, and Lawrence goes upside down in a big way, and here goes Morrison, gets loose into turn number 3. Butler in the number 8 car, Hardigan and Butler go around. Butler does a 360, but he keeps it going. Matt Hill into 2nd position right now, rolls through the middle of the racetrack. Callum Davidson riding in that 3rd spot, the 003. Then you go back to Daniel Hardigan in 4th. Morris rounds out your top 5, although Morris looks for position number 4. Hardigan slides up the racetrack, and Hardigan will take that line away out of turn number 2. But here goes Morris already. Look at the crossover there from Matt Hill there, as Callum Davidson put the moves on him, just heading into turn number 3 and 4. Davidson and Hill right now. Great battle on for 2nd and 3rd. There's a slider from Davidson. Hill again to the inside, but it's Davidson who has the run. How does Matt Hill approach turn 1 and 2? He slides up, and Davidson jumps the cushion. Daniel Hardigan gets on by. Now Ethan Cooper looks for that 5th and final transfer position. He slides up in front of Davidson. Davidson crosses underneath. Now Davidson trying to put the moves out on Daniel Hardigan down into 1 and 2. Hardigan around the outside and getting a run through 1 and 2. Now tries to get by the 17 of Matt Hill for that 3rd position. Meanwhile, James Robbie out in front at the moment. Now, does he start on the outside of the front row for tonight's main event, or does he cop an well for that contact? Well, that's race control's problem. We'll worry about what happens here in this heat races. Here goes Hardigan, puts a slider on Hill. 3 to run that time, bypass your start-finish line. Hill with a slide job will return the favour into 1 and 2. Hardigan crosses underneath, so there's big wide racetrack at the moment. And drivers are using every inch of the dirt track at Charlotte. Here for round number 6 of your JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. White flag is out, final time for the 41, the Pace Syndicate. Rush Sim Racing at number 41 entry. James Robbie now sits down the back straight away, just 2 turns away from a win here in heat race number 2 of turn number 4. It's going to be James Robbie. Matt Hill going to come home 2nd, Daniel Hardigan 3rd. Then we'll go to Callum Davidson home in 4th. 5th is going to be Ethan Cooper. And then, of course, you've got Darryl Kirk, Brett Jr. Morris, Zach Phelan, Damien Butler, and Cody Lawrence. Now the 10 cars for heat race number 2. Halfway through tonight's heat racing action. Heat number 3 up next. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole, heat race number 3, car number 25 of Alan Solot will start position number 1. Starting position number 2 in the 098 car, that's going to be Travis Castagna. Starting position 3, Hayden Warrington. Out of position number 4, car number 010 of Lance Bainton. Lining up out of position number 5 in the 015, Darren Lord. Out of position number 6, caliber 91, Jared Steen. Starting 4th row inside out of position number 7, caliber 32 of Callan Arthur. Out of position number 8 in caliber 11, third quick tonight, it's going to be Harry Stewart. And final row inside and outside, the 099 of Sam Derrico will start position number 9, and lining up out of position number 10 in caliber 00 of Matt McCutcheon. Harley, thank you for that follow, appreciate it. This is heat number 3 here of your JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. Round number 6, so after tonight we are halfway through the series. And boy, we've seen some fantastic racing throughout the opening of 5 and a bit weeks here live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, tomorrow morning, or tonight for the Americans if they're up, it's 6:20 in the morning over there. The Monsters of Dirt Pro Late Models and Super Late Models. So a couple of broadcasts tomorrow, been pretty quiet this week, but it'll start picking back up again as here we go. Green flag set to fly, heat race number 3, Alan Solid. We'll get a good jump alongside Castagna down into 1 and 2. Castagna takes the race lead on the exit of turn number 2. Bainton on the outside. And look at Jared Steen trying to come through the middle. Keep an eye on the 11 of Harry Stewart. Bainton got caught up there. Look at Matt McCutcheon trying to run the top side. Solid was unfortunately the party that got hit from behind there. Not sure whether he actually come up in front of McCutcheon at all, whether McCutcheon just had that good of a run on the top side and he tried to put his car where it wasn't going to fit, trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Look at McCutcheon with a slider on Stewart. Castagna, your leader, down into turn number 3. Who's going to lead out of turn number 4? Look at that OPR number 11 machine of Harry Stewart. Start at position 8, he is up to position number 3. How far can he get? Looking for a solid points night here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Look at Steenie working the bottom side of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. He is on the bubble spot at the moment. Castagna putting a move on for the race lead. And here comes Stewart and McCutcheon. Into turns 3, Castagna with a slide job. Stewart runs the middle of the racetrack. Castagna leads at the halfway stage of this race. Slider from the 70, and here comes Stewart on the outside. Hayden goes down to the low side and not gonna clear him as Castagna. Just a little bit off-putting right now for the drivers in 2nd and 3rd. As here goes Stewart with a slider there on Hayden Warrington. Warrington drives into the left rear there of Harry Stewart, and here comes McCutcheon. Oh, Stewart, Castagna come together. Steenie goes on by into position 3. And McCutcheon looking to go from position number 10 to the race lead. He nearly tags the back of the 70. And here goes McCutcheon. Minimac down into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job for the race lead. 2 to run. This time by drag race. It was McCutcheon who led that lap. Warrington with a big slider into turns 1 and 2. Not going to make that move stick. Steenie up to 4th. Castagna again right on the bubble spot. There's Harry Stewart. Still in position number 3. As the white flag flies. Final time around the dirt track at Charlotte for heat number 3. 2 turns to go for your race leader. Here goes the 70 with a slide job for the win. But no, it's going to be Matt McCutcheon who gets the job done. Warrington, Stewart, Steen, Castagna, top 5, Arthur, Bainton, Lord, Sol, and Derrico did not even start tonight's race. What a drive by Jared Steen, Harry Stewart, And Matt McCutcheon now for heat number 3. The 4th and final heat race of the night. What a perfect shot there. As we watch the drivers, or that camera out of turn number 2. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for the 4th and final heat race of the night. Starting on pole in car number 26, it's Andrew Fenton. Mitchell Piskalik in car number 550 will start position number 2. Bailey Barnacote, car number 38, will start position 3. Brad Pascoe, the 15, will start position at number 4. Position number 5 will be the 03 of Hayden Pascoe. Aaron Hatton in car number 211 will start position 6. Brock Webster will start position 7 in car number 776. Bradley Oldfield, the 021, will start position number 8. Position 9 with the 22 of Mark Farmer. And Caden Brown in the 097 will start position number 10. So a couple of drivers to watch in this one, of course, Hayden Pascoe, Bradley Oldfield. Drivers starting at a position 5 and 8. Keep an eye on Caden Brown at a position number 10. The field side by side down into turn number 3. They will get the green flag off turn number 4. The car's coming in from the right to the left of your screen. The green flag flies. Heat number 4 is underway as Fenton and Piskalik lead us down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Andrew Fenton who holds on to the race lead. But again, for how long for? Oh, car upside down. Brad Pascoe in car number 15. And speaking of a Pascoe, how about Hayden Pascoe? Looking for the race lead with a big slider into turn number 1 and 2. Fenton tries to turn it back underneath him. Brock Webster, the 776 as well, trying to make his way through the field. Here in heat race number 4, Hayden Pascoe continues to lead. Andrew Fenton, Brock Webster. Then there is just cars all over the racetrack. That looks to be Caden Brown putting the move there. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Nearly 4 wide down into turn number 3. Brown is on the top side. That MG Contracting number 19 machine. He holds on to the 5th and final transfer spot. Now moves into 4th. Looking to get 2 for the price of 1. In turn number 1 and 2, and will do so. Piskalik with a slider on Brown. Brown too good on the top side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, battle on for the race lead as well. Here comes Webster, and Hayden Pascoe put the slider there on Webster. Webster turns it underneath, but here comes Caden Brown. Can we see a second driver come from that 10th starting position and get the win here in heat races? Pascoe down low. Brown 2 for the price of 1. 2 slide jobs and 2 crossovers. Oh boy, it is busy here at the front of the field. And right now, here comes Piskalik back up on the inside on Caden Brown. Brock Webster, your race leader in the 776 machine. Here goes Pascoe down low. Slides up. Tap. Jumps the cushion. Touches the wall. And here comes Brownie back with a slide job into turn number 3 and 4. 3 to run for Brock Webster. What a battle we have seen throughout the heat races tonight. Caden Brown now solidly in second position. Pascoe just getting a little loose out through turns 1 and 2. As there goes Piskalik. Catches a piece of the tyre with the left front. As Pascoe slides back up, and look at Brownie. Here he comes on the top side. Oh boy, what a move by Caden Brown for the race lead. And Pascoe getting split inside and outside by Piskalik and Oldfield. 3 wide for 3rd, 4th and 5th. 1 to run. Brown looks to have this one sewn up. Piskalik, he cops a double slide job. He double crosses underneath him down out of turn number 2. Into turns 3 and 4. Webster and Brown, they nearly made contact. Webster, he's not going to get the job done. Caden Brown home in first. Brock Webster, Hayden Pascoe, Mitchell Piskalik, Bradley Oldfield, Aaron Hatton, Andrew Fenton, Bailey Barnacote, Mark Farmer. And unfortunately for Brad Pascoe, he just finishes 6 laps, 4 laps down here in heat race number 4. Well, this is where we start eliminating cars from the 6th round of the series. This is your C-Main for your JR Productions and Media Midget Super League, round number 6 here live from the dirt track at Charlotte. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Seven cars in this one, starting on pole, the 006 of Chris Ansell. Damien Butler, Canterbury, will start position number 2. Alan Solot will line up alongside Mark Farmer in row 2, inside and outside out of positions 3 and 4. Go back to Ben Morrison alongside Cody Lawrence and Sam Derrico to round out this 7-car field. So we've just got to quickly step aside for a moment, but we'll keep the action on track and we'll come back into the action in about 1 or 2 laps into the C main. Alright, green flag in tonight. C-Main, the top 4. We're going to move on to the back of the B. And it is going to be Damien Butler. The lead down into turn 3 and 4. Alan Solid. Oh no. He may have had a helping hand. And in 25 falls back to position number 6. 5th is Mark Farmer. Ben Morrison on the bubble. Cody Lawrence in 3rd. So it will be a quarter of the race distance complete, and Damien Butler will ride on board the driver of the number 8 machine for a lap around the dirt track at Charlotte. So Butler leads Ben Morrison. Morrison puts a slider there on Chris Ansell and Cody Lawrence in that 4th and final transfer position. Then you go back to Sam Derrico, Mark Farmer and Alan Solot, both back on pit road. Their nights are done. So this would right now be a little bit of a hot lap session for these drivers to maybe get their setups fine-tuned for tonight's B-Main. Of course, 4 of these drivers going through, 3 of them going home, and their nights will be done. As Alan Solot and Mark Farmer, both those drivers already back on pit road, so they will take no further part in round number 6 of the JR Productions and Media Midget Super League here at the dirt track at Charlotte. As Chris Ansell still rides in that 3rd position. And then again on the bubble in the 565 car. Now, Sprint Car Parts Australia. Entry of Cody Lawrence, Sam Derrico. Some 11 seconds, having a bit of trouble there in the Valvoline 099 machine. He's just about to get lapped by your race leader, who does have 1.5 to go, and now starting to feel the pressure from the 97 of Ben Morrison. Morrison rides the top side through turn number 3 and 4. The white flag will fly here in tonight's C main, and Morrison getting a run on Butler again. Doesn't need to do anything silly at the moment. Into turn number 3 and 4. Slider from Morrison. Butler going to cross underneath him, but Morrison going to take the win in tonight's C main. Damien Butler home in second. Chris Ansell will ride home in third, with Cody Lawrence to round out your top 4. Sam Derrico, Mark Farmer, and Alan Solomon. Those C drivers, their nights are over for round number 6 here of the Midget Super League. So, of course, we thank those guys for coming out once again and putting on another good show, another full field here tonight for the 6th round of the series. Of course, so far, all 6 rounds have been a full packed server. As we move on to our B main, where we'll once again take 4 out of this one, but this time we put 16 cars on the racetrack for 15 laps. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. $15 laps going to be the distance. Peter Honeywell, car number 443, will start position number 1. Darryl Kirk, the 007, will start position number 2. Callan Arthur, car number 32, will start position number 3. Aaron Hatton, the 211, will start position 4. Position 5 will be car 66 of Harry Edwards. Out of position, car number 4 of Brett Jr. Morris. Out of position 7, the 010 of Lance Bainton. Out of position 8, it's 26 of Andrew Fenton. Position 9 will be car 3 of Jacob Dixon. Zach Phelan, car 49, will start position number 10. 11th spot will be the 015 of Darren Lord. Bailey Barnacote, car number 38, will start position 12. Then we go back to our C-main winner and the other 3 transferees. Ben Morrison, Damien Butler out of positions number 13 and 14. Chris Ansell out of 15th, and Cody Lawrence lining up out of position number 16. I can say that Darryl Kirk, who was scheduled to start out of position number 2, his night is done. He did not make the grid. So this is going to put Aaron Hatton out of P2, Morris out of 4, Fenton out of 6, Phelan out of 8, Barnacote out of 10, Butler out of 12, and Lawrence out of position 14. So that outside row will move up. Now it is on the drivers. And there is your pole suit on the KC Tools number 443 entry of Peter Honeybell. 15 laps on the board. Your B main for round number 6 is about to start. And we are green here at Charlotte. Honeybell wastes little time sliding up. We've already got a car upside down. Just trying to go back and have a look at who that is. Lance Bainton, that was. Unfortunately, Lance not having a night that he would like. Arthur into the left rear there of Honeybell. Look at Edwards running the low side. Morris runs top. Arthur through the middle. 3 wide into turn 1. Morris now looks to come after the race leader. Jacob Dixon on the outside of Harry Edwards. Edwards stays low through turn number 3 and 4. He tried it on the previous lap, trying it again, and we've got a couple of cars around. Fenton involved in that one, along with Darren Lord, Cody Lawrence. Ansel Meyer got a piece of that one as well. Damien Butler. We come back up towards the front right now. Edwards on the outside looking in. He sits in position 5. Hatton with a slider, but no. Edwards around the outside of Hatton, and here comes Morrison looking for more positions. Edwards kind of slowing Morrison up there, but Morrison is pretty good on the top side as he leaves the door open as Edwards slides up to the cushion and slides back down as we've got Zach Phelan and Damien Butler coming together on the exit there of turn number 2. And there goes the Rush Sim Racing 66 machine He looks to move into the top 4, but of course he's got a few more car links to catch up to the driver of the number 32 machine, sitting about 7/10 of a second away from the 32. Callan Arthur again will be the final car to transfer. 6 down, 9 to run in your B main. Morris out by 1.2 seconds over Peter Honeywell. Jacob Dixon in third. And here goes Arthur through the middle of 10 of a 3 and 4. Callan Arthur, he picks up another position, so that's just another spot that he doesn't have to worry about. It's one less car that he has to pass in tonight's main event. Morrison now puts the double slider on Hatton and Edwards. Edwards comes back at Morrison. Edwards down low with his own slider on Dixon. No, he pulls the car up. Otherwise, it could have been all over. Red Rover for the driver of the number 3 car. Honeywell, Arthur, they nearly come together. Honeywell had to take evasive action. Here he goes, this time with his own slide job. You're seeing slide jobs from about 3 miles away. These boys are not afraid to throw it in deep down into the turns. Oh, wow, what a move there by Edwards on Dixon. There goes Morrison. It was only a matter of time before he went upside down. And here goes Arthur back down to the low side into turn number 1 and 2. Honeywell crosses underneath. There goes Morris. Just absolutely blitzing this field. He's got nearly a 2.5 second lead. Here he comes, Edwards once again. On the outside looking in. 4 to run that time by. And Edwards, he is just a couple of car lengths away from the transfer position. He's going to have to put the hard yakka in if he wants to make the show. Honeywell moves back into second position. Callan Arthur relegated back to third. And Jacob Dixon holding on to this 4th and final transfer spot. And there is the distance between the 4th and 5th place driver. Oh, just as we do that, Edwards, as he's made contact there with Dixon. And you don't often see that, but Edwards gave him the spot back. He doesn't want to take that transfer position like that. And if he's going to do it, he's going to want to do it cleanly. So hats off to probably the cleanest Kiwi I'd say out there. That's got the most respect. So the white flag flies here in tonight's B main. And I think it's safe to say Morris is going to win. I think our top 4 is fairly safe off turn number 4. Morris on the cushion. Honeywell will grab second. Callan Arthur home in third. Jacob Dixon home in that 4th and final transfer spot. And those 4 drivers going to move on to your A main. Everybody else from 5th on back. Harry Edwards, Aaron Hatton, Chris Ansell, Andrew Fenton, Cody Lawrence, Ben Morrison, Bailey Barnacote, Damien Butler, Zach Phelan, Darren Lord, Lance Bainton, and Daryl Kirk. All those drivers will not make the show. We'll take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Pay a couple of bills and be back in just a few moments' time.
The time for talk is finally finished. Because it's time to saddle up Mount Gambier, because here we go.
Fiery back upstairs. Oh, McFadden on the back wheels.
Slingshots out at two wheel to wheel. He's on the outside of J-Mac.
Here comes TVG. Slide job on pit. Inside, also Michael Code in the 51. Inside he goes on Stansfield. So it's all rocking and rolling through turn 4. Nicola leads where Alex...
As they come on turn number 2, Jenny Lionel sneaks through the loose side until the end of turn 3.
Stephen Lyons is the king. He wins the challenge.
Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen here to Ultimate Dirt TV as we get set for tonight's 30 lap main event here around the dirt track at Charlotte for round number 6 of JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 7, that's Brady Baldwin. James Robbie, car 41, will start position number 2. Matt McCutcheon will start alongside Caden Brown out of positions number 3 and 4. Thomas Paul will start position 5. Matt Hill will start position 6. Hayden Warrington will start alongside, Brock Webster out of position number 7 and 8. Trent Gosley lines up out of position 9. Daniel Hardigan out of position number 10. Harry Stewart out of position 11. Hayden Pascoe out of position number 12. 13 is John Schultz. Callum Davidson out of position number 14. 15th is going to be Jared Steen. Mitchell Piskalik out of position 16. Rodney James 17th. 18th is going to be Ethan Cooper. Travis Castagna out of position 19. Bradley Oldfield lines up out of position number 20. 21st to B-Main winner and B-Main transferees. Brett Junior Morris out of position 21. Peter Honeywell out of position number 22. Callan Arthur out of position 23. And Jacob Dixon lines up out of position number 24. Well, it's time to get after it here at the dirt track at Charlotte for round number 6 of your JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. The field is set. We've put 30 laps on the board. And it is time to find out which driver will take out the 6th round of the series. Let's get dirty for 30. We are green here at the main event. And Brady Baldwin, James Robbie lead the field down into 1 and 2. Baldwin slides up, leading them 2, 3 and 4 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Oh, it is busy early going here. Look at them 4 wide again through 3 and 4. McCutcheon making some noise towards the front of the field. However, yellow is going to fly just as James Robbie put the slider there on Caden Brown. And we've got Callum Davidson upside down. Let's take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and see why this driver ended up on the wrong side of things here in turns number 1 and 2. Thank you for that follow, appreciate it. Welcome in. And just the connection issues there for the 003 car, and I believe that's may have been Bradley Oldfield. Yeah, I mean, nothing Bradley can do there. Again, it was just the connection issue there from the 003 of Callum Davidson. Rodney James, his night is done as well. So that's going to bring on the first caution, taking 2 cars out of the equation already. As the light's still flashing here on your iRacing.com pace truck. And holy Schmidt, what are you doing up this early? It's not even 7 o'clock, buddy. What are you doing on so early? Hey, good luck in the Pro Series tonight, brother. Give him hell. Your teammate Simmelman's a toolbag, by the way. The biggest crybaby on the planet. Lights out on the pace truck. Pace truck to the infield. It is now James Robbie. He's raced to start. He can start anywhere towards the exit of turn number 4. The field double up 2 by 2 by 2, and the green flag flies. Caden Brown stuck in the slick stuff on that restart, but James Robbie gets a good start. McCutcheon around the outside there to pick up position number 3 from Brady Baldwin. Here comes Brown. Robbie stays low down into 1-2 back. Will now sort of run the late slider line through 3 and 4. And look at him just fighting all over this racetrack. Top, bottom. Some drivers trying to go through the middle. Big crash for someone went upside down in a big way. And I believe it might... Well, we've got Matt Hill upside down. And I don't know if that's him. We're going to get a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Oh yeah, it was Matt Hill. Morris and Schultz catching a piece there of Matt Hill. And you want to go for a ride on board the number 21 machine and get a look at how easy these cars are easy to flip. In fact, the incident happening in front of him was Thomas Paul. Now let's go back and have a look at this, because Thomas Paul was involved in this. He just hit the wall, and then that was, well, Hayden Warrington doing what Hayden does and just not lifting. We come back to live pictures here from the dirt track at Charlotte, and we are under the yellow flag condition. The lights will turn off on the pace truck this time by James Robbie, your race leader in the Pace Syndicate Rush Sim Racing number 41 car. Lights are off and they are going to single file. This doesn't look like the field is doubling up just yet, so you would have thought if they're going to double up, they would have done it by now. So there's a couple of Rush Sim Racing sponsored machines up the front, couple of MG contracting ones there in the 2nd and 4th position as we go back to green flag here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And 10 down, 20 to run. It's going to be the slider line for James Robbie. You might have to be careful right now because Caden Brown is hot on his heels as Brown goes to the top shelf into turn number 3. Caden Brown with a slider on McCutcheon. McCutcheon had to back out of the throttle because he was stuck in the middle of an MG contracting sandwich as McCutcheon tries to get back around the outside, looking back for that 3rd position. Brock Webster making some noise towards the front of the field. McCutcheon slides up in front of Baldwin. Baldwin crosses underneath, and here comes Caden Brown, trying everything possible at the moment. 12 in the books with 18, make that 17 and a half to run. Here goes Brown. Robbie now going to be inside of an MG contracting sandwich. Robbie holds on to the race lead, but here goes Brown with a big move down into turn number 1 and 2. Caden Brown upside down. And that's going to trigger the caution. Caden Brown. Oh, not the way Caden would like to have finished this one. Let's take a look here on board. The driver of the number 19 of the 097 car of Caden Brown. You see here, he gets down to the low side, he clears, and then it is all she wrote. Again, this should be probably a better angle, even this shot just here. And Caden Brown going for a bit of a tumble here in the midway point of this feature event. Of course, just tried to slow it up, but carried just a little bit too much speed. And unfortunately for Caden, That will be his night done and dusted. He is back on pit road. And we've still got 18 cars, so we've lost 2, 4, 6 cars in this one so far. And we have just ticking over the halfway stage of this one. We'll have 17 down, 13 to run. James Robbie, Brady Baldwin, Matt McCutcheon, your top 3. And you go back to, and this is just the restart order. Brock Webster, Hayden Warrington, Jared Steen, Trent Gosley, Piscalic, Hardigan, Oldfield, your top 10. Stewart, Morris, Castagna, Honeybell, Dixon, Arthur, Cooper, and Thomas Paul. The 18 cars, Caden Brown, Hayden Pascoe, along with Matt Hill, John Schultz, Rodney James, and Callum Davidson. They are all DNFs. $13 to run. The green flag is out once again. Can James Robbie? Couple of drivers nearly getting caught up there with that inside tyre there on the exit of turn number 4. McCutcheon stays low. Baldwin rails the top side through 1 and 2. I get the feeling this bottom side might be starting to come back in right now. Look at Webster. Really hard on the brakes there, trying to keep all 4 tyres down in the moisture, down low. McCutcheon will look to do the same thing. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Thomas Paul, the 305, stopped on the front straight away. We can go to Travis Castagna there. And I believe it would have been Travis Castagna and Peter Honeybell. Honeybell tried to slide up, wasn't clear. And that puts the 098 half spun around, and Thomas Paul doing what a lot of the Kiwis do if they see a wreck in front. So we're back to live pictures here from the dirt track at Charlotte. Well, these drivers, whether they're just not showing the respect or whether they're just, I don't know. It's not the league that puts on bad racing, it's the drivers that race in it. Of course, I want to give a shout out to the sponsors here at Midget Super League, and of course then our own sponsors. First we'll do the Midget Super League. Of course, a big thanks to JR Productions and Media, Rush Sim Racing, Dirt Division, and TXR Engineering. And of course the sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV with 8 to run. Of course, a big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, National Oval Racing Association, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Green flag flies. 8 laps left to run in tonight's main event. James Robbie looking to put the number 41 on the top step of the podium. Baldwin rides in second. McCutcheon third. Webster and Jared Steen inside of the top 5. And the yellow back out once again. Callan Arthur, Hayden Warrington upside down. Hayden Warrington believed to be one of the drivers at fault for this one. Just drove into the left rear there, Brock Webster, and then it was, let's try and get that car. In fact, it might have been Daniel Harding, and now also to come through and tagged Warrington there at the back. It was, so Daniel Harding and tagging Hayden Warrington, and that put Hayden Warrington around and Callan Arthur nowhere to go. Lights still flashing. The drivers get the 2 to green signal. 26 and 27 will be completed. Daniel... In fact, it's Brock Webster being sent to the rear of the field. So we are going to have 3 laps left to run when we get the green flag. Three to run, cars coming in from the right, left of your screen, and he gets on the gas a lot earlier than expected. 3 to run here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Slide a line through 1 and 2. For your top 2, McCutcheon works low, but look at Jared Steen along with Daniel Harding, and here comes McCutcheon. Down to the bottom side through turn number 3 and 4. 2 to run for James Robbie. Can he hang on for his first Midget Super League victory? And coming at the dirt track at Charlotte, Daniel Hardigan goes upside down. That's going to trigger a caution. And this is going to put us at a green-white checker finish. Here as Daniel Hardigan goes all on his lonesome. And that's not how Hardigan would have wanted to end his night after having such a good run throughout this field. And of course, we will have a green-white checker to finish this one out. And hey, look, ATVO has fixed the green-white checker issues. I like that. Thank you. Should have done this update ages ago. Alright, who's your pick to win? James Robbie, Matt McCutcheon, Brady Baldwin. Will we see one of the outsiders outside of your top 3? Bradley Oldfield, Jared Steen, Harry Stewart maybe? How does James Robbie prepare himself for these final 2 laps here at the dirt track at Charlotte? Make sure you head over to our website, www.ultimatedirttv.com, and click on the sponsors tab. You can also click on our schedule and keep up to date with all the racing we've got going throughout the week. Here, Sunday to Thursday or Monday to Friday, the Australian times. 2 to run as we get set to find out. Is it going to be James Robbie, Matt McCutcheon, or Brady Bob? One of these top 3 drivers, which will go to victory lane. Robbie going to stay low through turn number 1 and 2. Brady Baldwin runs the slider line. Gosley a little loose there on the exit of turn number 2. And McCutcheon through the middle and sliding up. White flag is out. Final time for James Robbie. 4 turns away from victory lane. He goes to the bottom into turn number 1 and 2. 2 turns away and down you back straight away for the final time. Round number 6 of the JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. The win gonna go to James Robbie. Second will be Matt McCutcheon. Brady Baldwin home in position number 3. Fourth is gonna be Bradley Oldfield. Jared Steen rounds out the top 5. Harry Stewart home in 6. Mitchell Piskalik, Peter Honeywell, Ethan Cooper, and Brett Jr. Morris, your top 10. 11 through to 20th on your screen right now. Jacob Dixon, Trent Gosley, Travis Castagna, Hayden Warrington, Brock Webster, your top 15 in the 15th and final car on the lead lap. 9 cars with the DNF, and those cars, the first of them, Daniel Hardigan, Callan Arthur, Thomas Paul, Caden Brown, and Hayden Pascoe, Matt Hill, John Schultz, Rodney James, and Callum Davidson. As this man has got every reason to celebrate and But we see some donuts here, and he might not be used to going and doing some donuts on the infield, but he is lighting the grass up, and your winner for round number 6 is James Robbie. Don't even have to say anything, just let it all hang out, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations goes to James Robbie. We'll chat to your top 3 here in just a moment. Post-race interviews coming up in just a few moments' time. Well, we'll chat to your top 3 right now after this one, and after it is all said and done, it is the driver of the number 41 getting it done here tonight, Mr. James Robbie. James, congratulations on this victory. You must be pumped about the result right now.
Oh, cheers, Brett. Oh, I'm absolutely rat. That was bloody hard work. I loved it.
Talk us through those final couple of laps. You had to hold off Brady Baldwin, Matt McCutcheon. What was going through your mind now on that final restart?
Don't stuff it up. Sure, just about swore then. Yeah, just don't stuff it up. Really, it was just trying to stick to my lines, and I knew there'd be slide jobs coming and bits and pieces. That last green white checker, yeah, that sunk my heart a little bit. But it was just trying to nail the line and trying to make sure I didn't put it in the wall.
Was it a premeditated decision to go to the bottom in 1 and 2 on that final green white checker run? Because previous to that one, throughout those restarts, you'd sort of entered through the middle and sort of run that slalom. Was that a sort of premeditated move to run that bottom?
Yeah, just to try and cover my ass a little bit. I mean, everyone's bunched up. If I think there was a little bit of gap, it was green flag running. I would have stayed up top, but in those first few laps, the car was really loose through the middle of 1 and 2, coming off 2. But I knew there was a little bit of track down the bottom through 1 and 2 as the race went on, so I tried to save it until the end and until I put myself in a position to be there.
Well, you finally get your first win here at the Midget Super League, so congratulations on this victory. Some nice donuts at the end. We sort of caught those, so we hope you enjoy that later on when you get to watch the broadcast tomorrow while you're at work doing nothing, you bludger. But congratulations on the win. We'll let you get out of here and thank some people as well.
Yeah, cheers, thank you. I'm feeling a bit sick after doing that in VR. But no, thanks to you and down under, that's unfortunate. Sorry, Joel. Ultimate Dirt TV. Everyone at MSL for putting it on. Big thanks to Pace Syndicate, Sunfinity, and who else am I? I'm not used to this. Rushes and Racing, Red Bull, and all the guys behind the scenes. Thank you.
All right, there we go. James Robbie there, home in first place. We'll chat to the driver that comes home second place tonight, and well, he falls short just a little bit. And again, story of his life. Matt McCutcheon home in second spot. Mini Mac, congratulations on this second place run. You had your work cut out for you, but you fall just a little bit short. Talk about your run and how you're able to hold on to second.
Yeah, man, that was a cool little track we had there at Charlotte. We tried the top, tried the middle, tried the bottom. It was a real technical little track, and the lines seemed to change every time, and there was no certain one line. So no, that was a cool little technical track. You had to work that one out, and sadly it took me 28 laps. But hey, we can't take it away from James Robbie. What a race! He drove an awesome race and managed to get the win. So that's awesome.
Just talk about that racetrack just to get a little bit more. You touched on it, that it was very technical. Why was it so technical in the sense of, was it hard to find the fastest line around here? Because, the top looked like it was there at, say, a couple of stages of the race, and all of a sudden you were probably one of the first ones to go to the bottom, and then you sort of found that one. But, talk about why you thought it was so technical.
Yeah, technical because, usually on iRace, if the cushion's there, the cushion's there. But tonight the cushion was there on entry, but it wasn't there on exit. And you probably saw a lot of cars hanging out of coming out of turn 2. And that was just because the cushion faded away over the race. And also a lot of people were running the middle. And since everyone was running the middle, a lot of people burnt it out. So then the middle was no longer there, and then that's when I kind of found the bottom and saw there was a lot of grip down there. But obviously the bottom's really hard to hit, and there's tyres just to your left if you make a mistake. So that was what I was meaning by technical. You know, it was real hard to work out.
All right, well, congratulations on your second place run here tonight at Charlotte. We'll let you get out of here. Before we do, we'll throw the mic back to you one final time. Of course, sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Ryan from Rush Sim Racing. You know, awesome looking team cars there, and to get 1 and 2, that's awesome for the guys there. And I would also like to thank you guys, Alan and Brett. You know, putting on a good show with MSL, and I'm sure there's heaps of admins in here that make it all happen.
All right, Matt McCutcheon home in second spot. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in third and his first MSL podium. And coming at the dirt track at Charlotte, home in third place, starting the MG Contracting car number 7, it's Brady Baldwin. Brady, congratulations on the third place run here tonight. You must be absolutely stoked about this one. You finally got some luck go your way.
Yeah, Brett, that was a really tough race, actually. First podium in like a major league, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, really hectic battle there with Mini Mac and James, just sort of exchanging slide jobs and all running different lines. I think Mini Mac was trying to work the bottom there for a while, and then obviously my teammate Kane was running second till he hit the cushion flipped. So yeah, it was pretty cool race.
McCutcheon spoke about this track being technical. How did you find the racetrack out there? Obviously, it got very slick towards the end, but where were you most comfortable in that number 7 machine running out there tonight?
Honestly, I was sort of in top and 1 and 2 was pretty good, and then sort of trying to diamond off, try and get the moisture coming out of turn 2, and then 3 and 4 was really tough. There's 2 or 3 different lines you could actually run. Changed a lot from heat 1 when I was into the feature, so sort of had to adapt pretty quick. And you see my start was pretty poor, went 1st to 5th, but yeah, the setup was dialed in. So as you seen, me and Kane were running top 3 most of the race. So yeah, could put the car anywhere really. It was really good.
Sort of looking back on it now, is there anything that you could have done differently, maybe setup-wise, driver-wise, sort of a moment during the race where you look back on it now and think, oh, maybe I could have done this, and maybe you could have been 1 or 2 steps higher up on this podium?
I think one of the race starts, I tried to follow, I think second, follow James bottom, trying to get the moisture off turn 4, and I sort of pushed up the track, trying to get to the top and let Matt by. So I think that was probably one mistake I definitely found. It cost me a position. Whether I could pass James or not was a different story. Unfortunately, there was yellows, and James was quick, so credit to him. And Matt was really quick too when we got some laps in. So probably only that, but yeah, can't really complain at all. First podium, and yeah, you guys put on a great race, so thank you.
All right, we'll let you get out of here and celebrate a third place run here tonight. Again, another 40 car sir, and you come over the third place. Yeah, technically you beat 36 other competitors here tonight. We'll let you get out of here, and any sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff.
Yeah, got to thank the boys at SRT. It's great racing with the boys. We have a lot of fun. Thanks to Caden and Jacob, were there with me tonight for the setup and all the spotting as well. And yeah, our sponsors are MG Contracting and Slider iRacing Events. Thanks to those guys to make it happen.
All right, Brady Baldwin there, home in third position here tonight. That'll wrap up your driver interviews for tonight. Of course, a big congratulations goes to the driver of the Pace Syndicate Rush Sim Racing, number 41 entry of James Robbie, who goes to victory lane here tonight. The first win here for the Midget Super League, and of course the JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. Round number 6 is complete. Of course, I want to give a shout out to the sponsors of the series, and of course our sponsors of our own here at Ultimate Dirt TV. First and foremost, a big thank you to Midget Super League, and of course JR Productions and Media for putting this on. A big shout out and a big thank you to Rush Sim Racing, Dirt Division and TXR Engineering. Without their support, none of this would be possible. Of course, our own sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV, you can find them on our website. Head over to www.ultimatedirttv.com. You click on the sponsors tab. You can also keep up to date with our schedule by clicking on the schedule tab. And of course, we are live across Facebook and YouTube, so if you haven't done so already, hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page, hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up on our YouTube feed as well. Support is much appreciated. And on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, and of course on behalf of myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell and a good night from the dirt track at Charlotte. Congratulations goes to James Robbie.